What's up, y'all? Welcome to my first ever pick a card reading. So I have 3 separate cards laid out. Each card belongs to a completely different tarot deck. So there will be 3 different readings in this video. You pick the card that calls to you, and thus the reading that calls to you. If you happen to feel particularly called to all 3 cards, then maybe there's messages in all of the readings for you. But if you feel a strong, undeniable pull to one specific card, that is the reading for you. So take a moment to choose intuitively which card you feel called to. Card number 1 is the Moon. Card number 2 is the Star. And card number 3 is the Sun. And then I'll put timestamps in the description so you can go ahead and skip ahead to your reading. And this is my first time doing a pick a card reading, so please let me know if you love this type of reading and you want to see more of this on my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome to reading number 1, which is guided by the energy of the Moon card. And already off of this energy, I'm getting it feels like you're in somewhat of a transitional space at this time, and it feels like a lot is unclear. It's almost being viewed as disclarity by you, but I feel like the guidance already coming out is to view this more as an openness and more of a realm of wider potential, because it's actually a blessing to be in this space, as uncomfortable as it may feel at times, or as much as it may be giving room to self-doubt and fears to come up. It's like it's wanting to reframe this for you and seeing that so many people on this planet are somewhat, whether it's through their self-limiting beliefs or external circumstances, they're very much in a cage, in a box, and it's like they have their whole life laid out, they have their whole week laid out, they have their whole year laid out, and it's like they feel like they can't, there's no room for mystery or inspiration. And of course these energies always make their way through, but like the space that you're in, it's like there's so much that is available to you. Sorry, that's my dog in the background, but there's so many different paths that could play out at this point, and it's like I said, it may be kind of scary or discomforting to not have the same stability that you maybe yearn for, but it's designed to be like this at this time so that you can really dream your highest dreams and set those paths into motion. So as much comfort as you can find in the discomfort with this energy, and really being open to the mysteries of life, being open to whatever wants to call to you and flow through, you have that wide open doorway for that to happen. And that's such a blessing and something to hold a lot of gratitude for at this time. With the 4 of Cups, this is so valid to come through, because it's like I said, your door is open, and as much as that gives space for all the highest blessings and miracles and all that to come through, it's also giving way for type anything to come through. And it's also designed that way so that you can really learn how to integrate and embody these energetic boundaries that you've been cultivating for yourself. And really, so with the 4 of Cups, this individual is being offered a cup, and he has his arms crossed, he's looking down, he's not really paying it no mind. And it's because this cup that's being offered to him, it's not explicitly calling to him, it's not lighting him up, it doesn't feel like, duh, I definitely want that cup. And so because this individual on the card is not having that intuitive calling to this offer, they are honoring themselves and following that gut feeling and saying, okay, I'm gonna hold my ground. I'm not gonna go towards that, and I'm gonna wait for my vibration or higher to come through. And so it's just really speaking to the importance right now of being ultra selective and really using your tool of discernment, because like I said, it's an open doorway. All different types of energies are coming through right now, and you don't want to settle just for what's being offered to you. There are very much going to be offers that are not your vibration or higher, and so by saying no to them, say it's a no for me right now, you are very actively letting the universe know what vibration you are willing to settle for or maintain. And you're saying that doesn't feel in alignment with me, and I trust that what is aligned for me will come through, and I will know it, I will feel that. And this is very actively raising your vibration as you go. I also just got a message that there may be offers that are kind of like a psych. Like on paper, it looks like a dream. It looks like a dream opportunity. It looks like something that you would want. But something intuitively is going to feel off. It's going to be some energetic signal to you that this is not what you think it is, and this is not your match. And this is really also an opportunity for you to fine tune and kind of like come into a realm of expertise with your intuitive senses. So it's really important that you're feeling through things moment by moment and really taking that care and that patience to do that and exercise those senses of yours. With the Five of Pentacles, it feels like, yeah, I'm getting that some of y'all currently are in this space where, because so much is unclear, like you don't have a lot in the physical realm to point to in terms of what's coming your way. It all seems very mysterious and kind of like ungrounded, and that's how it's feeling. So I feel like there could be some amount of like self-pity going on, or kind of just like staying stuck in your fears and your self-doubts. Like on this card, the people are they're injured, they're in poverty. This person has like, they're on crutches, they have a bandaged leg, they're in the ice and the snow, they're hungry. They are also portrayed as kind of like looking down and kind of saying like staying stuck in this energy and not really seeing, they're not even looking for a way out, they're just kind of surrendered to it. And on the card right above them is this church window that's lit up, which is symbolizing like there are means of support here, there are means of like divine inspiration and visualizations out of this. But like the danger here is to just like not even be open to that and being stuck in what you're physically seeing and experiencing in this current moment. And it's saying like there's so much beyond this physical current moment, and being open to that channel of support or other possibilities makes all the difference here. You don't want to keep yourself locked in to these current circumstances. They are temporary, and they are not something to feel like a curse by any means. It's something that even the most uncomfortable and conflicting energies that are in your current physical life are designed to move you through this upgrade and to get you to where you're going. So it's all about trusting this process and really, like, I feel like the biggest word so far in this reading is the word openness. That is like your superpower through this time. Let's go deeper. Queen of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and Eight of Cups. So this tells me that you are, with the Queen of Cups, you are an individual of such immense heart space. You have a very you have a really beautiful heart that is a gift, and it's type rare. It's a rare breed of love that you have about you, and it's very actively guiding you through your journey right now. So I feel like there's a lot of power to place in the heart space, and really tune into your emotional guidance system at this time. The cups are all about emotion, love, this emotional world. And I'm feeling like this is a really important guidance system to take into account right now. Really feel like, how do you feel in each moment, and like when things come into your energetic field, like how does it feel on an energetic level, how does it feel on an intuitive level? And those senses are, they can be very subtle. It's something that you have to maintain a lot of awareness around and really be present with that mode of sensing. And they're very actively guiding you. Like when someone comes into your energetic field and you feel a little uncomfortable, and it feels kind of like a restless energy, and I don't know why, but I just feel like I want to be disengaged from this individual, something like this. It's like you may not have a rational rhyme or reason that you can point to via the brain and your space of logic, but it's like something energetically is communicating with you. And these are the types of senses that we really want to listen to and honor at this time. And that does not have to translate to, oh, this person has bad energy, like I don't ever want to talk to them ever again. Like it doesn't mean that. It means like, okay, I'm going to take into account what I'm feeling and experiencing, and I'm gonna be extra aware around this person whenever I need to be around them, or I'm going to exercise certain energetic boundaries here and see how they react to it, or how we are able to navigate through this. Like, it's just like some sort of, it's communication. Don't view everything as so black and white, concrete, this or that. That's I feel like not really in alignment with these types of senses, because it's all happening on such a subtle level. It's reminding me of like how I feel like I used to, years ago, if a card came up in reverse, I would be like, oh, there's a blockage here, or something really concrete. And sometimes that is true, and you can feel that intuitively off of a card, but sometimes it's just like, oh, there's an element of this that's connected to the past, or there's a little resistance here. It's like there are like so many different levels and realms of communication, and your body and your emotions and your heart are communicating to you. And it, like I said, it can be very subtle communications, and it's things to listen to and to just even recognize and acknowledge and feel, and navigate with that awareness. Let it feel your way through it. See what it's speaking to you. See what how it's guiding you. And if you, like, a certain opportunity comes into your path that is like, oh, this feels so good to even think about or start to imagine, and like something about it just kind of like is drawing me into it, again, even if I don't have a rhyme or reason logistically why I feel so drawn to this or called to it, it's still communicating with you. And these are the type of compasses that it's guiding you to really lead by at this time. With Knight of Pentacles and Eight of Cups, I feel like, yeah, it feels like you're being guided from emotional spaces at this time. And it's not necessarily, I feel like, about being drawn to a certain romantic partner or something like this, just because it's of the heart space. It feels like these emotions in this guidance system is leading you in so many different aspects of your life right now. Like, it's so much more about using this as a tool, a compass, through any decision you make or any action you take at this time. Especially with Knight of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of these types of decisions and paths that we're talking about, it's like it's very much connected to your sense of self and what you want this life to be made of for you, what you want it to like it could be connected to career and these types of things, and it's also just connected to feeling like you're carrying out your life's mission, your life's purpose, and leading you to a space where at the end of each day you can feel like I'm doing like what I was meant to do here. And I can feel that. I feel that alignment. I feel that click in. So this is a really important compass to use at this time. And it's so connected to moon energy. I mean, to me, moon energy is all about our feminine senses. And by feminine senses, I mean our subtler senses, our emotions, our intuition, our spaces of receiving communication from source, this type of thing. Seven of Cups in reverse, Queen of Wands, and Ace of Wands. Yeah, with Seven of Cups in reverse, I feel like there's a deeper surrender to really believing in miracles. Like, that's something that came through really clear. Like, miracles are possible. Like, maybe even go research for yourself, like, some crazy stories. Like, there are really crazy stories out there. Like, things do happen that is like nobody could have ever anticipated. It's like that's the last thing that I thought was going to happen, but this aligned and this aligned and this aligned. Like, or even think back to times in your own life where this has happened, and just like it feels like you need a reminder of the fact that like this shit does happen. Like, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And I feel like, especially with you being in such a transitional open space right now, this is such an important mindset to really do your best to adamantly believe and just like kind of submerge yourself into that realm of openness and freedom, and almost just like expecting the impossible, not being specific about what that impossible is. Like, I'm getting a specific message of like, don't use it as like, oh, this person that I have a, you know, some realm of attachment to, or maybe deep love for, or something like this, and it's like it doesn't look in the physical like this can play out, but I'm gonna hold this belief that it will play out the way I want it to, or something like this. It's like you don't want to program a specific miracle to happen, if that makes sense. Like, it's more about embodying the energy that the right miracle, the divine miracle that will best serve me, has the realm of possibility to come through. I feel like by being too specific with what this miracle is, it's almost like limiting you or cutting you off from the divine path that's truly meant for you. Like, I'm not saying that if you do have a person like this that you feel called to let in and like it doesn't look possible right now. I'm not saying that's not the highest path for you. It could be, but by almost like, it's like, stop trying to be God. Like, don't submit like a concrete declaration that that is the miracle for you, because then like the other miracles that source has laid out for you and that are of your actual highest nature to come through, they may not be able to if you're so tunnel vision on a specific miracle. That was just a specific message that came through. Queen of Wands and Ace of Wands. It feels like this transitional open era is very much leading you into a brand new era and path that's very connected to, I'm getting like a very, like, you're very almost maternal, nurturing version of yourself. It don't necessarily, like, it doesn't have to be so tied to like being a mother in like the physical sense, but it's like that energy, that nurturing, very loving, very almost like protective type of energy. Like that's what I'm getting off of, like, not only do I feel like you are very divinely protected and kind of like held by your angels and source and your connection to the spirit realms, but it's like you are also in the process of embodying that energy of yourself and like getting really well aligned and integrated with your energetic boundaries and your beliefs and your your principles, your character. And it feels like you're stepping into this really high, magnificent, really magnetic version of yourself that is able to, as the Queen of Wands, kind of just like sit back in your throne and really magnetize things into you. And it's a really like with Queen of Wands and Ace of Wands, these are some really high level Wands energy, which is, it's a fire element. It's all about creativity and like an artistry of life and passion, inspiration, new ideas. It's like this really like passionate version of yourself that's so powerful. Like fire energy is so powerful and like action oriented. It's really actively drawing things into you, and it feels like it's so directly connected and aligned with what really lights you up in this life, like what really fuels you energetically. And it's feeling really beautiful and abundant and magnetic for sure, is a big energy here. So I feel like there's so much potential to come of this path, as unknown and mysterious as it is at this time. Is like, take as much as it's mysterious and open to whatever, which could lead you down a road of feeling really ungrounded, unsettled, nervous, anxious, all of this. It's like, take that capacity, take that momentum, and let it fuel just like how open and prosperous this mystery could be. It could turn out to be anything, and that's so exciting. And that's the highest program, that's the highest energy you can really marinate and embody right now to bring in this highest path for you. I'm gonna get a concluding oracle card with the Priestess of Light oracle deck. What is our concluding energy for reading number 1, led by the Moon card? Okay, this card I want to pop out. Divine Feminine, magnetic, receptive power. Bro, like, that's that. Definitely Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups energy, which were our 2 queens of this reading. They were definitely really huge energies here. Like the magnetism I definitely felt off of this Queen of Wands, and being able to really like, the more that you can hone and embody and cultivate your own energy in a space of, I got the word independence, being able to embody that in its pure essence and letting your energy speak for itself, and trusting, expecting that it's doing the work, it's drawing things into you. You don't have to get up out of your throne and go chase and control and try to move things around and get it all to play out. Like, that's not what the Queen of Wands does. She knows herself. She, like I said, she lets her energy speak for herself, and she sits back and she lets it all like flow into her in its most divine, purposeful way. And that's so beautifully paired with the Queen of Cups and this receptive feminine energy that I was talking about earlier. Like, you're very much receiving communication through your feminine senses at this time, and being able to partner these 2 energies, like, come on, you're unstoppable. Like, that's it. So what a beautiful conclusion to this reading. If this reading resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe. And like I said, this was my first pick a card reading, so if you really liked this type of reading, please let me know and I'll try to do more of these on my channel. All right, namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you. What's up, y'all? Welcome to reading number 2. This is led by the Star card. And already off of this card, I'm getting a very healing energy. I feel like you've done a lot of work around this healing, and it's still a process, of course, but it's feeling like you're starting to get into the realm of this healing where it's very partnered with some type of wish fulfillment, some sort of wish fulfillment that wants to come through. So let's go deeper and get some more energy with this. Nine of Wands in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse, and Two of Wands in reverse. Feels like there's some sort of healing happening around some sort of soul connection that was very, it created some sort of heartbreak or pain in the heart center. But with it being the Two of Wands, like, it feels very important and crucial to say that this was a very genuine soul connection that was very divinely placed into your life at the time it was placed in. And so was this heartbreak. So was whatever led to this space of pain in the heart center. It's very necessary and essential to your evolution. And this process of healing it is doing a lot more than, I'm getting this really specific message. I feel like someone is feeling kind of like, I wish this person had never come into my life. I wish I had never experienced this. Like, and they're thinking like, think how far ahead I could have been had I just like completely dodged this whole connection and all this energy. They feel like they would be maybe further into their career or something like this, and the message is like, don't view this as something that you're like building back up to get to where you were before all of this. It's so much deeper than that, and like beyond what you can really understand just as a human being. This was, like I said, really divinely placed for the evolution that needed to take place for you in this lifetime. And through this healing, you are like cultivating a brand new heart, a brand new version of yourself that is going to go on to accomplish such, like, this wish fulfillment energy that I'm feeling off of it. It feels so unique. It feels so just like magical, and it's depths of you that you never would have unearthed if you hadn't been through this event. And the way that it's like such a deep soul connection, like, never let yourself feel crazy or like this was all like you were the only one experiencing this. Like, this was very impactful on both you and this other individual's lives in a way that it was divinely necessary for both of y'all. And I feel like this doesn't necessarily, it feels very like this connection is inactive in the present moment, and that feels like how it needs to be. But it also doesn't feel like you, like, it is possible that you could see this person again or re-engage with this person again. It's going to be different for everyone, as this is a general reading, but I feel like the main message with that is that, like, this was not a dead end by any means. This is a karmic connection. This is a soul that you've been intertwined with for lifetimes. And until this divine balance has taken place, or until all these lessons that you all were meant to learn via each other or play out or navigate via each other, until that's all in a space of closure and harmony, whether it's this lifetime or future ones, like these energies are going to keep being pulled back to each other, you feel me? And it's just so real energetically. So for anyone who is feeling any type of delusional way around this, or allowing this to impact the way they view themselves, like it feels like this was so divinely designed for you, for this healing to take place and for this eventual wish fulfillment to happen. And like I said, I feel like the space that you're moving into with this healing, it feels very partnered with wish fulfillment. So I feel like, well, let's go deeper. Let's see what's headed your way. And with the Nine of Wands in reverse, it definitely is a clear message of like your seeds have long been planted. There's so much already growing behind the scenes, perhaps energetically, that you can't see with the physical eye, or you are starting to see it with the physical eye, that like you can feel assured that this is all well on its way. It's not like you're starting over right now. You're growing some stuff that you've been planted a while ago, a minute ago. And yeah, we have Two of Cups right under this in reverse, which to me is even more of a Lover's card than the Lover's card, because to me the Lover's card, it can signify a really divine partnership of some sort, a soul connection, but it also can be more about just the energy of reflection and love, like being able to see your light in someone else. And so like that light, that love is really more about self-love, or it can be, it depends how the card comes out and what the energies with it are. But with Two of Cups, is that energy of love and reflection, but there are two cups involved. Like it's very much to me in this reading confirming to me that this is a really intense soul connection. So you know, there are so many realms to these types of connections that are just beyond human comprehension. So however that knowledge can serve you through this, I feel like someone is needing that validation, that confirmation, and it's going to offer you some peace of mind and some deeper awareness and understanding over the role that this connection has played and is still playing in your lifetime. And being able to trust that it feels like things, like I said, heartbreak took place here. There was a lot of pain around this connection, and it's asking for a deeper trust in all of this. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, and Justice. Yeah, this is a deep karmic connection. Justice card to me is all about this truth that is bringing balance, and it's very much speaking to this relationship that y'all's souls have, where it's like there may be a lot that you are feeling and experiencing around this connection that you don't know how to logistically, like from this current lifetime 3D perspective, like you don't know how to make sense of why you're feeling and experiencing all this. And just know that this is tied to so many more energies and lifetimes than just this current one, and it all has energetic relevance. So really honor what you're feeling and experiencing, and move from those feelings and experiences as like a mode of truth to you. Don't let it get, I just feel like someone's really struggling with this, and it's like kind of manifesting as almost like shame or embarrassment or guilt within themselves, and it's like you just don't by any means know the full picture of this whole connection and the way it's serving you. And so it's asking for that awareness and that trust. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords in reverse, I feel like it feels like this connection has actually protected you from, it's interesting because it's being paired with your thought processes that I was picking up on in the beginning of the reading, where it was like someone feels like if they had dodged this altogether, they would be so much further in their career, or they would be so much further in their path of self-confidence, things like this. And it's like this connection has actually very actively protected you from alternate paths that you could have strayed to in these realms that would not have brought you to your highest path. This is the highest path. This is the path that you were meant to be led through. So really being able to attribute that like to this connection and trusting that this all had relevance. You can't see how everything would have played out, and it doesn't serve you to convince yourself that just because this caused a lot of pain that it was wrong, or that you wrongly invested your energy here. It feels like this served you in so many more ways than you could ever be aware of or really see from this vantage point. The Hanged Man. Yeah, I feel like at this current time, you're kind of in this space of surrender. And I mean, the Hanged Man, like, the blood is rushing to my man's head. Like, it's not a comfy place to just be chilling in and hanging upside down, but it's like, this is very essential and purposeful and necessary for this shift of mindset that you are having right now. You're like definitely uncovering new perspectives at this time that you would not have been able to uncover if it weren't for this uncomfortability that you're being made to surrender to at this time. And it's also a message coming with this that this is temporary. This is not going to feel this way forever. And so the more, but like, it's also really necessary and imperative for this current moment. So as much as you can find comfort in the discomfort at this time, and really, move through this with patience and compassion for yourself. And it's okay to recognize that this is not where I want to be forever. This is not how I want to feel forever. But at the same time, I think you can feel when you look into it a little deeper, like, this also feels right. This also feels aligned in some sense. Even if I feel ungrounded, and if it feels like, naturally as human beings, we want to feel secure. We want to feel grounded. We want to feel somewhat in control, and like we see where things are headed. And this is a time where you're having some really intense perspective shifts, and through this time it's not gonna feel so settled and grounded and clear. And so yeah, being aware that this is the energy and it is necessary. It's not something to try to run away from or force yourself to make some big decisions just to get you out of the current energy. Like, no, this is energy to be present with and to work through moment by moment. It's very actively healing your heart space at this time and bringing in these wish fulfillments of yours. King of Wands, King of Swords in reverse, and King of Cups in reverse. Whoa, bro. We got 3 kings. Like, that's crazy. And it really stands out to me that the King of Wands is the one upright, and the King of Swords and the King of Cups are in reverse. So it really feels like this is your big action, forward movement into these wish fulfillments that you have. It's definitely a time to get, you know, really clear about what your highest visions of yourself are, what your biggest dreams are, especially in terms of like from a space of, it can be connected to your career and like creative endeavors and things like this. But like the biggest energy of this is about your connection to self and feeling like you're really carrying out your life's mission and purpose, and it feels authentic to you. You feel called to it. It lights you up, and like I said, it feels very fulfilling. And this is the type of dreams that, like, I'm getting this message of, because you're going through so much healing and perspective shifts, it's definitely really important that when you go into these spaces of, like, for example, I think it could be really powerful to do prosperity meditations at this time, where you really allow yourself this space and time to meditate and actively envision and feel what your highest life looks and feels like. Like, how do you want to spend your days? What kind of energies do you want to surround yourself with? What kind of activities do you want to do? And what do you want to bring to this world? Things like this, and really getting as clear as you can with these visions. But the message that I'm getting is like, don't just jump into your visualization based on dreams you had in the past or wishes you had in the past, because it feels like those are connected to past versions of yourself. And while some of that is maybe still what you want, or it's still headed in the right direction, it feels like there's new inspirations to realize at this time that are going to come in only from a space of being like open and kind of at a clean slate of like, okay, I'm not the same person that I was yesterday. I may have new wishes now today. I may have new dreams, and I really want to get as clear as possible with what those are for my current version, or the version of myself that I feel myself actively stepping into. And it feels like this is very much the guiding energy over like a space of logic or a space of deep emotions with the King of Swords and King of Cups in reverse. It's like, I feel like, especially when it comes to this soul connection and maybe your past dreams that were really connected to this, that resulted in a lot of pain and heartbreak, like, you still have really deep emotions for this connection, and as you should. It's like an intense soul connection that it's not something you can, it's undeniable, and it's deeply energetic. It's not something you can numb or run away from or pretend is not what it is. So it's like there's a call to honor those emotions. There's a call to be present with these emotions that you're working through this period of healing, but they're not necessarily what should have the driver's seat right now, just for the space that they are in. It's very raw, it's very volatile, and it's very connected to energies that you're moving through, not going towards, if that makes sense. So like, for example, during this healing process, you may have really deep, heavy emotions coming up that if you gave them the driver's seat, you may be sending intense text messages to this person, or even like showing up at their crib in the middle of the night because you're feeling so much and you just have to release something to them, and those aren't necessarily aligned with this path that you're on. You feel me? It's emotions to recognize and hold space for in the self, but not necessarily act from at this time. And same with the brain. Like, the brain, it's beautiful, it's trying to protect you, but I feel like given the pain that has taken place here, the trauma, it's not necessarily giving you the full picture at this time, or like it's like there's so much more involved here energetically than is available to the physical eye. So it's not really the type of energy you can rationalize your way through, or really like, I feel like the brain would be trying to control a bit too much for this energy. So it's really like you want to lead from this space of what feels lit up to you, what feels like passion and inspiration and forward movement into your biggest desires and dreamscapes, and getting as clear with those as possible, and investing as much of your energy into that at this time. Like the more you can marinate in that energy and feel it on that energetic wand's fiery level, the more it's actively magnetizing those paths into you and bringing those wish fulfillments to you. I'm gonna get a concluding oracle card with, let's do the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Okay, what is our concluding energy for reading number 2 that is led by the Star card? Okay, this card wants to pop out. Lost compass, getting back to integrity. I feel that, like, I feel like, you know, you've been through significant pain in the heart space, and it's dissociating in a way, because it's like, not, this wasn't just any heartbreak or pain. It was connected to a really intense soul connection that you've known lifetimes and lifetimes and been in connection to. And I feel like there was a lot built around this, and it was meant to be. But it was also meant to go through this huge shift for yourself that is leaving you, like I said, you're in a space of healing and the Hanged Man and feeling somewhat ungrounded. And I feel like it's easy when in these spaces, if you operate too much from the human mindset around this, it's easy to feel lost and to get a little panicky or anxious. And it's like you are getting back to this center in yourself, this integrity. Like, it's definitely the time to get in tune with your current present day principles and senses of self and aspirations. And this is your road to doing that. This is your time of really getting clear about this and tuning into your internal compass with all of this. All right, that's what I have for you for reading number 2, led by the Star card. If these messages resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe. And again, this was my first pick a card reading, so if this is something that you enjoyed, please let me know, and I'll make an effort to make more of these on my channel. And if you're interested in a personal reading, my email's in the description down below. You can shoot me an email. Namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you. What's up, y'all? Welcome to reading number 3, led by the Sun card. Off of this card, I'm getting a very grounded yet great momentum type of energy. I feel like this reading is for energies that feel ultimately clear about where they're headed, and very self-assured in this path. Like, it's like you have an undeniable call into this specific creative endeavor or career or path with a certain relationship, a certain connection, something like this. It's very specific and it's an undeniable call. Like, that's not your problem. It's not your problem knowing about what it is you feel called to. It's more about how you're navigating this path to it. And it feels like you're very called to this for divine reason. It has a lot of potential and a lot of lessons to teach you. And okay, we have Ace of Swords in reverse and the Magician. So it feels like there's a certain truth that needs to come to light, that will help awaken or propel this energy to its new depth, its new layer. I'm getting that it's like, yeah, you've set out on this journey already. You've already felt this undeniable call to it. And now you're kind of in it's almost like you hit a writer's block of sorts, or it's kind of like, okay, I don't really know what the next step is. I don't really know what the next move is. I know my overall vision, or like at least like what the pull is towards, but I'm needing help to kind of break through the current moment of just like, what is the next best, highest step for me? And it feels like there's some sort of truth that's gonna come through in the near future that's gonna like either it's like some specific aspect of this physical layout that was missing. It was like a puzzle piece missing from your frame of consciousness that is going to really like highlight something, if that makes sense. Like it'll light up the next step for you. Or it's like a new perspective that is coming through to you, that like makes you see this all in a different light, in a different clarity, and it will help you right into this Magician energy of really being like, you are the charioteer here. Like you are the controller, the manifester of your destiny, and you have so much power. Like that's what I got off the very beginning. It's like you're this powerhouse of forward momentum, and you have this really specific calling. You have this really specific path that you feel drawn to. And knowing that you have the freedom and the capability, the tools, the intuitive senses, the resources, all of this is yours to make magic happen however you want. Like it's reiterating that you create the rules here, and as long as you feel in this alignment and you have like, you're following this call, you can trust that what you're creating is good for you and for the whole world, for the whole universe even. Like this power was selected for you, for your soul. I'm getting another message with the Magician about like, there's this energy of nurturement here, and it's very connected to like, you have more than one skill set. You have more than one tool to your advantage. And so it feels like really it's like, I know you have this kind of almost tunnel vision type of dream that you're moving towards, or endeavor, but look around you and like take into account your other strengths, your other passions, your other things of this lifetime that feel maybe at first glance disconnected from this central mission. But these tools are very applicable to this mission in the long run, is a really clear message that I'm getting. So, you know, I'm getting like, maybe you could even journal, like, what are all my strengths? What are all my skills that I know? Like, list them. Like, even if they feel so disconnected and not at all relevant to this central path that you've unlocked for yourself, just see them all out on paper in front of you, and kind of like give freedom to these puzzle pieces coming together in some sort of way. I feel like these other strengths and skill sets and resources, even like maybe like list the other creative people in your life, or like it feels more than just skills. It feels like maybe you have, through someone you have an ability to go work in a certain space, for example. Like there's certain environments that you have access to, things like this. Like just being able to think widespread about everything that you have accumulated in this lifetime, and seeing how they can all connect. It feels like there's something deeper to figure out there and to make use of. Two of Swords, Five of Swords, and Eight of Wands. Yeah, it feels like you're so off of the Five of Swords, I'm getting that there's a reflection that can happen around some event or conflict or happening from your past where you maybe compromised some of yourself or moved out of alignment in some way, however small. It could be something small, it could be something big. It's going to be different for everyone, but just like there's an instance where you moved out of alignment to get what you wanted. And so on paper, like out of that event, out of that circumstance, you won. You got what you wanted physically or materialistically. But something in reflection of this doesn't really sit well with you. It feels like a loss energetically, because it's like you are realizing or coming into awareness how you moved out of alignment to get that material thing. And I'm feeling like it's not something coming up to make you feel guilty or to judge yourself around. I'm getting a specific message that this was meant to happen, and the energies led you to make that decision so that you could learn this lesson from a space of smaller stakes, lesser stakes, because this path that you're going into, it's going high, baby. Like this, like greater success, greater success comes more responsibility, higher stakes. And it's like there's gonna be situations coming up in your future with this huge venture of yours that you would maybe, like, you're gonna come to similar type of decision making and scenarios where it's like, okay, this is something that I clearly want or need for my path, and I can see like a way to get it, but brother, wake up. Sorry, my puppy's snoring. Brother, wake up. Thank you, baby. Sorry. It's like you needed to learn these lessons with smaller stakes so that you can have this reflection for yourself and really clarify for yourself now at this present moment, like, what are my principles? What are my boundaries that I will not cross no matter what? Like really getting as like you're getting to know yourself. You're getting to know what you're about and what your energy stands for. And I'm getting that like you want to get some really specific awareness around all of this at this time before you move into these really big energies, where if you make that type of decision with these high stakes, like it's going to be so much more impactful in a negative way on your energy than in the past when you made this decision with lower stakes and it was like, you know, it didn't feel good. It was causing some sort of reflection that was like, oh, I'm disappointed in how I moved there, but it's noted and it's taken account for, and it didn't like ruin me by any means. But going forward, it would be much more of a loss, I'm feeling like. So have appreciation that this came up in the past. Don't hold judgment around yourself or too deep a disappointment in yourself. Like I said, the energies led you here. Like they wanted you to learn this lesson, and you couldn't have learned it without experiencing this. So it's nothing to get hung up on. it's just something to have reflection around and to hold awareness around, so that you can learn this lesson and integrate that moving forward into these bigger, higher energies. With the Two of Swords, sorry, that's my dog sighing. The Two of Swords, it feels like you're definitely in a space where there's so much more happening energetically than is available to the physical eye at this time. So it's not a space that like the guidance is to not steer so much from a space of logic or like analyzing how things look physically in the 3D reality at this time, because it feels like that would be somewhat limiting. It's really taking into account your subtler senses at this time, your intuition, looking inward, doing this reflection, and feeling out moment by moment what you feel called to, what you're feeling guided towards, and really giving these subtler senses a lot of power and a lot of like guidance. Like, let that be your guidance system more than your brain at this time. With the Eight of Wands, it feels like it's giving this initial energy, like forward movement. There's a lot of momentum here. There's a lot that's happening a lot faster than it looks, like type shit. It's like this is energy that's already on its way, and it's like you couldn't stop it now if you tried. You've already embarked on this path. I've been getting that energy from the jump. Like, it off rip, it was like, okay, we're in motion, like we know where we're headed to some extent, and we're just needing some edits, some guidances around how and why we're going there. Let's go deeper. Knight of Cups in reverse, Four of Pentacles in reverse, and Six of Wands in reverse. I feel like new resources are about to become available to you. There's a lot of success in this endeavor. Like, Six of Wands is all about like riding home to glory, to celebration. It's a journey that you're gonna feel really proud of, and you're going to reap a lot of reward from. And Knight of Cups in reverse, I feel like there could also be there's something here really tied to the heart center, to emotion, to love, and this is all coming out in the revert. Like, it's coming out in the reverse because it feels like it's almost like I'm getting like a keep your eyes on your own paper type of energy, as to like, don't try to attach yourself too much to what's to come with this, but like there is a lot to come and you deserve to know that. What is this energy? It feels specific, but it's like hard to describe. It's like there's a lot of resources to gain. There's a lot of success to be had. There's even love to come from this. But it's in the reverse because it's like, it just feels really important that your focus is in like the current next step. And this is energy that it's coming up. It's wanting to be acknowledged and understood and kind of like preconceived. Because I feel like you need that type of, I feel like someone's having some type of, like they're really excited about this path and they feel really called to it, but it's requiring so much investment of energy right now and so much kind of like tunnel vision, exclusive energy to it. And someone's like, is this like, what if this doesn't pay off? Or is this like keeping me from, should I be out dating? Should I be out or at least investing more energy into those types of things? You feel me? Like, it's like, is it okay to like put all my eggs in this basket type shit? And it's like, these cards are telling me that there's so much involved in this path that you can't foresee, and it's tied to so many aspects of your life, not just whatever it looks like on a surface 3D level. So it feels like you can really trust investing a lot of energy into this at this time, and it's like there is so much to come. Don't be so focused on how it's going to come or what all it's connected to. Like, that's not really your business to try to predict or control by any means. But it's like there's a reason why you don't feel that call to like spreading your energy out in a lot of different areas right now. Like, it is, this journey at this current time is requiring a lot of undivided attention, and it's okay. It's going to come around to benefit other areas of your life energetically as well, and that's something you can trust. All right, but yeah, let's get a couple more. We have Ace of Pentacles and the Fool in reverse. Yeah, this is a really, like, this is a tremendous endeavor that is really gonna pay off. Like, there's so much abundance here, and there's so much of this feeling of like undeniable success. And whatever success means to you, it's like you are achieving your goals. You are actively seeing like your desires, your wishes, your aims come to life, come to fruition and manifestation. And it's going to feel so rewarding and fulfilling. And like, I wasn't just called to this from a materialistic type of energy. I wasn't called to this because someone told me this would pay off for me. Like, I felt this from an integral aspect of me, and I've seen it play out. Maybe not how I specifically envisioned it, but it's like, even like it has the possibility to bring in even what you can't imagine. And it's so high, it's such a high frequency path. And yeah, I just feel like trusting this path and the energy that you can already feel off of it is so real, and it's so divine, and it's so you. Like, it's so specific to your energy and what you are here to do in this lifetime. And with the Fool in reverse, I feel like the Fool is what guides the tarot's journey. It's the very beginning of the tarot, and it's about new beginnings and this kind of like beginner's mindset. And it feels like it's in the reverse because it's like, maybe when you think back, like I said, you've been in motion on this path. This is something that you've already kind of committed your energy to, and you've envisioned, like, this was not a brand new idea for you today type shit. And it's like, it feels like there's something to be gained by thinking back to the past version of yourself, when you first felt like the initial inspiration for this journey, when you first felt this initial spark, and feeling like I just got like think back to 5 years ago and where you hoped you would be, and see everything that you've brought to life that you envisioned 5 years ago, and being able to channel that kind of like that perspective where you're in the moment, and it's like, I don't see how this could all possibly play out. I don't see how I could possibly do this. It feels very overwhelming. And it's like, in a lot of ways you still feel that, but when you can tune into this energy and see how much you've already accomplished or how much you've already set in motion, it's like you can see that you're actually not at the beginning of this, and you've actually already, I feel like there's someone who's not really seeing all that they've already accomplished through this path, and there's some sort of benefit they could gain from really acknowledging and like having that praise of self, to say like, look how far I've come. I am not that same person that I was when I started this journey. And there's some real deep like inspiration to be gained there, or like endurance. Like this shit is real. My visions have such real momentum to them, and I have the capability to carry it out. You are still at the beginning in so many ways, but you're also so far in your path in so many ways too, and that's so beautiful to recognize. All right, I'm gonna get a concluding oracle card with the Starseed Oracle deck. What is our concluding energy for the third reading, led by the Sun card? I'm sorry. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. This feels really connected to this Five of Swords energy that came up earlier. I feel like for some of y'all, this could have really struck you when you realized this disappointment in the self, when you had this reflection around this past circumstances that you moved through, and like it feels like I mean, the messages that came with this earlier, I just really want to reiterate and say, like, really, like, holding on to judgment or this deep disappointment in the self around this is not going to serve you. And being able to really see, like, you did what you were capable of doing. Like, you moved how you had the tools and evolution to move. You feel me? Like, you had to go through that to learn this lesson, so that when the stakes were higher, you already had this ingrained in you. And I feel like because you are such an energetic, sensitive being, like when you move out of alignment, it may even make you like physically ill, or you know, have really intense reactions, because it's your body, your energy body communicating to you like that was out of alignment. That was it's stirring up this deep I'm sorry, like righting past wrongs, uprooting. And it's beautiful that you can have such a deep reaction to this, because it's such a strong tool of communicating, and it's going to really help you ingrain this. But let it serve you in that way and not take you any deeper into this like shame or deep guilt or something like this, because like I said, you moved how you were capable of moving, and it has divine purpose. It has reason. It was not just a loss. And you're using this to uproot that past pattern that needed to play out in you, and you're rerouting yourself into your new version of yourself. So really have compassion with yourself through this reflection, and trust that you are making this edit, you are making this adjustment, and you are evolving through this wrongdoing. All right, that's what I have for you for the third reading that was led by the Sun card. If these messages resonate with you, please like, comment, subscribe. And again, this was my first time doing a pick a card reading, so if you liked this type of reading, please let me know, and I'll try to make more for this channel. And if you're interested in a personal reading, you can shoot me an email. My email's in the description down below. Namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you.